What is up, guys? So, crazy day. So, yesterday I played in the venue championship in Gainesville at Mediterranean Breeze. I got 7th out of, I think, like anywhere from like 15 to 17 people played it, but it was the top 17 people or 15 to 17 people of that venue. So, some good players. Today is going to be the top, I think they do 2 nights here, so like the top 20 players from both nights. So, imagine like a playoff, kind of like a championship is what it is, the venue championship. So if I win, I think you win like $800 and a silver coin for the APC, which would be really cool. But really, I really just want to win because I've been playing so bad recently. I need to prove to myself that I still got it. So my personal goal is to get to a final table, which final table is usually 9. So that shouldn't be too hard. But, I'm saying that after I had 2 awful sessions, but we'll see. I'm gonna try my best. Like I said, get to the final table. Top 5 would be awesome. Winning it would be beyond my wildest imagination. But anyways, I love you guys. Please drop a like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep these video views coming in. And who knows, maybe one day I'll make it. But yeah, wearing the merch today, so that is awesome. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the Felt. All right, what is up, guys? Back for another poker vlog. So yeah, starting off today, or this session, with the Ace 9 of clubs. So any suited ace is pretty good, especially for the blinds being this low. So I'm immediately going to raise it up to 200, and I'm going to get a couple calls because, like I said, typically people will call when the blinds are this low. So the flop comes pretty awful, actually. So 2, 6, 7, rainbow, 1 club. So for me, I will call not almost anything but a small bet, hoping to see a second club because I do have a chance at a backdoor nut flush with the club. But that doesn't come. Jack of hearts comes. So at this point, any bet, I'm going to wave the white flag. And by the way, if you hear anything crazy, like I said, it's because I have dogs now. So sometimes they're messing around. But yeah, nothing really here. So I'm going to fold this hand and I lose the first one. All right, guys, a pocket pair, pocket 5s. So you've seen me get a lot of pocket pairs. Very seldom do I actually hit a set. So can I hit a set here? I'm actually going to play this a little bit sneaky, and I'm just going to call. So the blinds are 50 and 100, or sorry, 50 and 25. So I'm just going to call. And believe it or not, as I was looking, I saw the 8 and the 2 first. But yes, I get a 5 giving me trip 5s. So it looks like being sneaky actually worked for once. So I am now going to, I check over, to give off that I have nothing. Maybe like ace, queen, or since I was in the blinds, maybe like an ace 5 or ace 4. So I'm actually going to bet out for 250 here. And I'm going to get 1 caller, and that's the woman in front of me. She's going to call. That's Rose. She's a great player. But I'm going to get 2 folds and hoping that maybe she hit a 9 or something. Maybe she's on a heart draw. Regardless, whether or not the draw doesn't come when the king of diamonds comes. So any draws that were there aren't coming. And at this point, I'm just going to try to get value. She doesn't. She folds, and I win that hand. All right, guys, so you're about to see the aftermath of this one. I had ace-jack suited. Got him to my right, raised 250. I raised 700. He folded, and that is going to really matter later in the game, but I win this hand. All right, guys, typically I don't play this garbage. Jack 6 offsuit, but I'm in the blinds. I'm in the small blind at this point. So typically when the blinds are small at this point, it's still 150. I typically am going to pay the extra 50 just to see, because you never know what's going to happen. And luckily for me, the flop comes out to be a good one. Jack 7-2, rainbow. So obviously I have an awful kicker, but people kind of just limped in here. So at this point, I've got to feel like I have top pair. So I'm going to definitely probably raise this one up, but not too much to where I want to throw off any action. I just want to keep it friendly. So I believe when I go, I'm going to raise it about 250. So you'll see that bet there. Miss Rose is going to fold. Gene's actually going to call, so I'm wondering what he has. Does he play 7 deuce this way? I doubt it, but I don't know. Maybe he's got a small pair. I have no idea, but what's going to happen is we're going to have the 5 of diamonds come. So at this point, nothing crazy here. Gene actually, or no, I raised to 500, and Gene's actually going to call again. So I really am kind of nervous to what he has. Maybe he's on a draw like 3-4, or maybe he's got a 6 in there, 6-4, I don't know. But 3 is going to come. So at this point, any of those hands I was talking about, he would have hit. And action goes check, check. And to my surprise, I win the hand jack with a pair of jacks. So I don't know what he had. Gene, maybe you'll comment down below what you had. But I win that hand, and pretty happy to get some chips after running pretty bad early on. And yeah, you probably can hear my dog in the background. I'll have to share some pictures at the end. Back to playing some of the awful hands. 10 deuce, the Doyle Brunson. So yeah, I'm in the big blind this time, so trust me, I am not unhinged that much. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. Flop's going to come 8-6 ace, rainbow. It goes check, check, and then a 5 of clubs comes off, so maybe I can scare off my opponent, I'm thinking. I'm just going to do a nice min raise to 400, which you'll see me put out. He's going to check over to me. I just call 400. I know I put a blue chip for 1,000, but he's going to fold, so get a small bluff in. Nothing too crazy, though. All right, guys, so I'm playing Queen 9 offsuit, and I know that typically in cash games you don't play this, which I'll be doing a cash game later this week, actually, but yeah, going up the Cherokee. But no, in tournament poker, you kind of got to play a lot of different hands. Queen 9's not bad. If it was suited to be great, but not bad, especially because I had 2 limpers over to me. So I'm just going to call with the Queen 9 and hoping to maybe get some straight equity, maybe hit a queen or maybe even a 9 high board, something, and none of that hits when it comes ace 7-7. So I'm going to check here. I'm definitely don't feel like I have a hand that I can bluff. This is so much more into my opponent's range. Given that they are going to call earlier in the action, I'm typically later, so I have a wider range, but a 9 comes. So at this point, I have middle pair, so I have 2 pair, 7s and 9s. I'm going to bet out here, see where I'm at, just a little blocker bet, if you will. 800, Rose makes the call. I know she probably has an ace at this point. We have 1 fold, so there's 3 left to the hand. It's going to come to the 10 of spades, so at this point, I have 3rd pair. Fourth. Yeah, I have 3rd pair. So it's actually going to be weird. Checks all around. I'm going to show my 9 thinking I'm not possibly good. And I'm not. I look at it and I throw it in the muck because there was actually an ace by Miss Rose. All right, guys. So move to the final table. Pocket 5s. You should know at this point I'm a short stack. I have 4.6K in my little stack. And I am definitely the short one. You look around, that red chip is a 5,000 chip, so I'm very far behind. And I get pocket 5s. I had them earlier. So I'm debating on shoving pre-flop, but I'm not going to, and here's why. Here's my theory. My theory is I could be shoving with anything decent, but showing a big bet like this shows that maybe I have ace-king, maybe I have actually a strong hand, strong enough to where I'm trying to get people in there, and I'm going to get I'm going to get 2 callers. Maybe it was just 1. I forget. I think it was just 1. No, it's 2 callers exactly. So they're going to pay the 1,800. So depending on the flop, I'm going to shove. So you're probably thinking, did you spike a 5? Well, you'll see, but I can go ahead and tell you that is going to be a no. The flop comes pretty bad for me. It comes 4, 10, 7. I have 3rd pair. There's so much more of a chance there's a 10 in their range. Maybe they're playing ace-jack. Maybe they're playing ace-10. I don't know. But at this point, I think to myself, what would my viewers want? What could I do? There's no way I'm going to win this hand with just a pair of 5s. So I've got to put as much pressure as I can. I have 3,000 chips left in my stack. So at this point, I'm going to shove. I go all in with 3,000. So at this point, 3,000 is about, we're playing 600. So I'm saying 3,000 is 5 big blinds, which may seem like not a lot, but player to my left is thinking, and that's going to be Reggie. Reggie is a good player. He probably is wondering, do I play 7s this way? Probably wondering, maybe I had 10s. Maybe I have jacks. I kind of put him in the blender. He sits and talks for a while. I put him on ace-jack because at this point he has not snap called me, because if he had a ace-10 or any pair, he probably calls. He folds. Rose folds. So a semi-bluff. I get it through. My heart was beating, And I'm going to show the table just because I'm shocked that I had everyone fold. I show fives and I win that amazing hand. All right, guys, so what do you know? Right after fives, I get pocket fours. And you may be thinking, do I shove here? I just don't think I am going to shove here. I'm going to call. And just a quick story. The gentleman down in the blue, you may, not on the right, but on the left, he's the guy that I got to fold with my ace-jack suited quickly when I re-raised him to 700. So I think there's a chance that maybe he just likes to raise to kind of show bluffs. I don't know. But I call, I get a raise, and then we get 3-bet. He's actually going to 3-bet us to 2,500. At this point, when I see a big raise like that, I think he's got a monster, so I'm going to fold this hand. So I was talking about monsters earlier. Not a monster, but ace-queen offsuit is always a pretty hand. To me, if it was suited, sure, it could be a little bit better, but where I'm at, I'm not going to get mad about ace-queen. So thinking with ace-queen here, you have to think, I'm already committed to possibly shoving. I'm going to raise a big bet of 1,600. And Reggie's been giving me a lot of action today. So eventually my luck will run out, but he's going to make the call. So I feel pretty happy about this when he makes the call. I'm thinking, what could he have? Maybe he's got like pocket tens, maybe pocket eights, could maybe a pocket pair, maybe an ace jack, maybe an ace four suited. I don't know. But I'm going to get one call, and I'm actually really happy about this because at this point, if I hit a queen or an ace, I'm probably going to shove no matter what because though it's not ace-king, it's a great kicker regardless, thinking of any of those hands in his range. But flop's going to come 6-8-5, 2 clubs, all for me. But get this, I know that he's playing a hand like me, so it goes check, check. Ace comes off the board. I kind of want to get more money from him. So instead of going all in, I'm going to do a fairly large bet of, I believe at the moment it was 2,200. He's going to think about it, talk to me, saying that he should have raised after the flop. I honestly don't know. I probably call if he raises, then having to shove on the turn. He's going to fold. I'm going to win that hand, but eventually, you'll see Reggie does get me eventually. All right, guys, so I wanted to include this hand, not because I actually play it, but it's ace-4 suited. So get this. I do kind of play it. We don't actually see a flop, so I'm going to call. And just to get out the story quickly, we have 3 calls to me. So I call, Reggie calls, the gentleman in the blue calls that had called earlier, Rose calls. Actually, he didn't call, sorry. It was me, gentleman straight to my left, and then Reggie next to him. So 3 calls, including Rose. And then Ash in the back does a move that I couldn't believe. He goes all in. And we're like, what in the world? Beautiful move, though, by Ash. What's going to happen, though, before you see it is I'm going to fold. Everyone folds to Rose. Rose calls with King 7 offsuit. And then Rose actually won that hand. I didn't show it because I was too blown away by Ash's move. Honestly, it was a crazy move, bluffing into 5 people. But he almost got it through, but Rose called. Rose actually ended up winning that hand. So huge shout out to Gene. He actually sat right next to me in this moment. I get pocket 7s. So Gene, I don't know if you remember this hand, but if you do, you were like, maybe I'll give you some good luck. And it's funny, I looked down at 7s, and 7 was my favorite number growing up, the lucky 7s. And we get some calls, and the gentleman down in the blue shirt to the left again, and I told you about my ace-jack that I was telling you that he, on that hand where he raised, and then I re-raised him, and then he folded quickly, he's going to do a really big bet of 2,500. I look down at my hand, and I'm like talking to myself, and I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of lucky. So I talk a little bit, and in my head, I'm thinking, do I call? Because if I call, he's probably going to re-raise me on the flop. Pocket 7s is a pocket pair. It's not very good. So I'm thinking there's one thing I got to do. I have to go all in. And you know what? Maybe he was bluffing me. Maybe he wasn't. He's going to snap fold. I'm going to win this hand, and I show the table the 7s. All right, guys, the hand of the night. I'm showing you kind of the aftermath of what's happened. But yeah, King Jack of Hearts. If you hear my dog snoring, just I guess try to zone that out. But no, I'm going to raise this up to 2,900. I don't know about a premium. I don't have an ace, but King Jack of Hearts, it's a really good hand. And I've been talking about Reggie all night. He gives me some action. He's got a crazy range. I've got to think he's got an ace in his hand, ace something, but it can be honestly ace anything, ace 2 through king. I'm thinking if it's ace king, he re-raises me. Ace queen maybe re-raises me. Of course, aces re-raise me. Kings, any pocket pair. So I don't put him on that. I don't know what it is, but in my head, you should know this. If I get two hearts or the ace of hearts on, I'm probably going to continue this bet no matter what. Just to kind of give you an idea. I know that's not good going into a flop that way, but I kind of like to be proactive with it. So the flop comes weird. Ace 3, ace. 2 hearts, the ace of hearts being one of them. So you've got to think. I've got the nut flush draw in my hand. I'm going to put out a little blocker bet, because I want to see another heart, obviously, to win it. But I know if I check, it's going to show weakness. So I put a huge bet out there. Reggie goes all in. I know he's got an ace in his hand. It's going to come down to a gamble. What would y'all want to do? We got to play for stacks. If I lose, I'm out. If I win, I'm the chip leader. I go all in. Let's see the run out. Oh, I knew you had it.
Gamble.
What is up, guys? So, wow, what a crazy fun poker session. I made it to the final table, but there's not many people there. I want to say there's like 10, 11, maybe 12 people. So I think like 2 people were eliminated before me, maybe 3. I don't know, but it was so much fun. So earlier, you'll see as I'd go through the hands, I made a little bit of a bluff against Reggie, and he ended up paying. It was only $1,600, but he's a really cool dude. So he laughed at that and thought it was cool, and he's the guy that put me out. But he played a really good hand. You'll see the flop. You guys saw it. I was with King Jack of Hearts, 2 hearts on the flop. He put me all in, and he's got a big stack. And my thought process, and you hear what I have to say, but my thought process is I've already bet 2,900, pre-flop. Then I bet 2,800. So he had an ace 3 offsuit, I think. It may have been suited, but 2 aces in a 5. Yeah, no, it was 2 aces and a 3. He had ace 5 offsuit or something like that. And it was ace 3 of hearts. I had King Jack of Hearts. So in my mind, I know he has an ace probably because he called me pre-flop. And then he went all in. So I guess what I would have to say is it was a gamble. If I get it, it pays off. I look like a genius. I had the nut flush. It wasn't like I had two random hearts. I had the King and Jack of Hearts. So it is what it is. It was great. It was a lot of fun. So Reggie, hopefully you win. I'm sure you will now that you're a big stack. It's going to be close, though. There's some good players in there. But anyways, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for helping me do well with these videos. But I'm going to go watch the Olympia and go eat some good food. So I'll see you guys.